Hello, Aries. Welcome to my channel. As I see you, Tarot, thank you very much for visiting this channel and clicking on the video. I welcome everyone to January 2021 and hope everyone had a wonderful holiday season and is safe and well wherever you are. This is a 5-card tarot card overall energy reading for the time frame between January 1st and January 15th of 2021. Keep in mind, it is a general reading for the larger collective and is intended for informational purposes. The information may not resonate with every Aries, and that's perfectly okay. Take what fits and let the rest go. To save time, I already shuffled the cards and requested universe guidance, and these cards were selected and ejected on their own during the shuffle. The 5 cards that were exited during the shuffle for this overall energy reading are lined up right here. The first card here represents the overall energy of your past influences. These were significant energies for the overall collective of Aries in the last few months. In some cases, the issues may have resolved themselves and have moved on. In other cases, they may still be lingering. The second card here represents the overall energy during this current time period, where we are right now in the present. The third card here represents the overall energy for your future energies, and this is for the things that are on the cusp or may not have occurred yet or in the process of occurring, depending on the time frame. That's your future right here, future energy. The fourth card here represents the overall current energy for challenges that you may encounter during this time frame. Now, keep in mind that these do not imply the challenges are negative. They're provided simply as information to be aware of, but in most cases, they're presented as choices that you can make using your own free will. And finally, the fifth card here represents the overall energy outcomes for this period. So things that you are completing or have completed. So, excuse me. I'd like to take a moment to please say thank you for visiting the channel. And as repeated again, I'm still relatively new, and it takes a while to sort of get YouTube to broadcast your channel to a wider audience. In order to do this, I would appreciate your support if you would. It doesn't really affect you too many. You won't be bombarded with anything within YouTube. It's basically a click, but it's very important for the YouTube algorithms for individuals to please click the button, click subscribe to my channel, and to click on the notification buttons, which you won't be affected by anything, but YouTube does look at these, and they use that information in order to broadcast channels to larger audiences, and it can take a while for that to happen. So I would appreciate it if you do support that, to please do so. And if you already have done it, I thank you very much, and thank you for participating and having faith in me and following me. So very much appreciated, Aries. Thank you. So let's get started. So here we are. In our first card, this is our past influences here. So we have the Six of Cups. Angel and Spirit Guides, please help us understand why the Six of Cups here is in for Aries, the overall Aries collective, for their past influences during this time frame, please. Okay. The main energy I picked up for many Aries in their past influences as an energy within the past few months, increasingly was many Aries were trying to get in touch with an inner child, or in order to experience fun, the freedom, the innocence that comes from being a young child again. You see things in a more unbiased way. You see things for what they are and not for what any hidden meanings. And there's a sense of joy and a sense of exploration and a sense of awe. And many Aries I'm picking up were searching for that. It's almost as if you don't. I'm picking. It's almost as this vision of. It's almost as if you wanted to sit down and just sort of color in a coloring book and not have to think about anything of seriousness. That dance when no one's watching you, so to speak. Remembering your favorite childhood games and just basically spending more time around being happy and carefree is the overall energy. And it's about, you were wanting to give yourself permission to be playful, I think, and remember those sort of spontaneous and creative energies that children have. And you were wanting to connect more with that authentic self and using your intuition. With the Six of Cups here, being here in your past influences, Aries, this usually means that you were wanting to take back and look back to happy memories of your past. whether it was a child, a teenager, or a young adult, but it was a time frame. Or, in some cases, let's say, it's like if you were in your 20s and in college in the 80s, if you hear a song on the radio, you kind of take you back to that moment of what was good, and where you were then versus where you are now, for example. It's about revisiting those fond memories, and just sort of wanting to reconnect with them, and particularly with family and friends, and of course with the holidays in the fall. Typically, that could have also brought on that energy of wanting to connect, and we know 2020, COVID-19, made it difficult for many people to connect with their family, especially if you lived in different states or different areas. And so that also has a lot to do with sort of bringing up memories when you're sort of faced with the reality that it's more restrictive or has been restrictive. Some of you may have even thought about your high school reunions, and wanting to reconnect with an old friend or someone that you knew from your past or childhood, or high school or college. It could have been thinking about your early loves, your first sweetheart. Um, the importance of the energy here was about connections, and it was about wanting to connect with people that brought that sense of joy and happiness, and it was about reminiscing the fun times that you had together. So many of you during this passage, that was for that major energy, was using that energy, to explore whether you still have a lot in common with that self, with that person that you were then, or are you the same person now. And if you have, and sort of, it's a self introspective of have you changed? Can you reconnect with that more authentic or happier self than where you are now? And it's also a good time to just sort of look at where you are now. And we all know that we change, but are you at the place where you are happy now, or that can bring you happiness? And it was just sort of a reevaluation. Doesn't mean anything horrible or negative. It was a self reflection, and what's important to you, and what is your authentic self. I'm also picking up that the energy for many Aries in the past few months was wanting to connect with harmony, and you wanted cooperation in your relationships, whether they were work, whether they're friendship, whether they're romantic, whether they're family. It doesn't matter. There was this energy of just harmony and a wanting, or even perhaps a need of cooperation when things are perhaps were hectic. Um, you wanted to be able to give and receive without expectation, and feel joy in both. Um, you wanted to you want that feeling of where you're able to give to someone else without the benefit of doubt. And it's really about letting go of challenging emotions. And that's what the Five of Cups here are, or that's what the Five of Cups, which is before the Six of Cups, would have represented it typically in tarot. So with the upright Six of Cups here, what your energy basically was looking at: can you turn over a new leaf, and can you start fresh in a more positive place than you were, even if you weren't totally negative. It just was again that self retrospective of self assessment, and of your own happiness and your own harmony, and how that spreads out to other people that are pertinent in your life. Keep in mind that the Six of Cups can also refer to children in your life, because it's that sort of newness, that honest, that innocence, that not jaded, if you want to say, a sort of feeling. Uh, for many of you, some of it could have suggested there was a pregnancy, perhaps even twins in some cases. It usually can represent there is a birth of siblings, and or siblings who are playing or interacting nicely together. It also represents that there's a sign that you're about to spend more time with young children, perhaps whether if you're not your own or somebody else's or families, whether in basically just enjoying the playfulness and the laughing and the learning together that children can bring out you. It's bringing out the children in yourself, or the child in yourself. Um, you know, we often know that children are here to teach us something about ourselves, and they can serve as great advisors. Um, Many times kids set good examples because there is a sense of honesty, and there's no beating around the bush, so to speak. They're very open-minded, and they're very curious. And sometimes as adults, we forget to be able to do that, and we restrict ourselves. And it's a nice opportunity to sort of go back to that. We know children see the world as a magical place, and their hearts are open, and they're open to suggestions and a myriad of pleasures available to them, and and enjoy. And it's just, and that's what, as adults, you might, in many areas, we're trying to seek, and wanting to have that feeling again. So that's, yeah, that's what my overall energy was, just self introspection and wanting to a sense of innocence and honesty, and and, and less stress, and awe. I guess that's, I'll end it with that, for the most part, for your past energy influences, Aries. In our excuse me, in our present energy, we have the Four of Wands. However, it is in the reverse here. Angel and spirit guides, please help us understand, for our Aries, why the Four of Wands is in reverse during this time frame, please. Well, I'm picking up there is a connection between this wanting to find this innocence here that was in the Six of Cups and the past influences, because here we have it, the this the reverse Four of Wands also has an indication that you've either achieved, or you somehow were able to get to that place of that inner harmony and stability. So there's that connection. I'm picking up that, if for some Aries, if you doubted yourself in the past, and or you perhaps struggled with self-acceptance and empathy in your past experiences, the appearance of this card here in your current energy is a welcome sign that you're finding it, or you're able to feel that greater sense of balance within yourself. You're learning to, doesn't mean we were lost, but it just means you're learning to reconnect with who you really are, and what you're, again, that authentic self is, who it is that you really want to be. And it's a feeling of coming home to yourself, and being that your truer inner being is that the energy I'm picking up. The Four of Wands here in reverse also can indicate that for many Aries, you're celebrating an achievement of a personal goal or personal growth. This could be an example such as, you reached a goal weight that you wanted to be at. You quit smoking, or you wanted to do yoga for 30 days in a row, and you were able to accomplish it. You set yourself some sort of goal that was able to sort of help yourself, or increase your own energy or your own way of thinking. Um, and and I'm also picking up that a little switch here is that for many Aries, um, you didn't feel compelled to proclaim this achievement to others. It wasn't about bragging rights. This was about an internal sort of demonstration to yourself, wanting to create your own sort of special reward for the hard work that you were putting in. It was a test of your own energies, and your own strength, and your own goal setting. It's not about bragging rights or anything like that. Um, I still pick up that for many Aries, you're in, some of you are still in the midst of this journey, and you're on your way. You don't, doesn't mean you've completed it, this self journey, but you've made accomplishments with this self journey, this self introspection. It's worth whatever milestones that you have created to this point, whether it was a reaching your ideal weight, or stop smoking, or stop swearing, or whatever it is, whatever some sort of inner goal that you have. This card also here in reverse Four of Wands is reminding you to celebrate those milestones. You don't have to wait till you've completed the 100% of everything. This is about celebrating the small milestones. That saying of, it's, it take time to smell the roses on the way through the journey, because it's the journey that is important. And as we know through laws of attraction, it is important to understand and feel happy, and feel good about the exploration. Yes, there can be setbacks. That's life. Learn from setbacks, because it happens. Don't beat yourself up about them. Continue to pick yourself up and go and have fun with it as you explore your self-introspection journey. That's the key for laws of attraction. So think positive, be positive, accept any setbacks that come through. It's a part of life, and pick yourself up and keep moving, and enjoy the process, because that is the key. I must repeat, that is the key to this process. Now, I'm also picking up some energy that, as we know, we all have a shadow side that's typically a darker side, or a side that can perhaps lead us astray in one way or the other. For some Aries, I'm picking up their, just not a lot of it, but I'm picking up a little bit of energy for some, that there was this dark sort of shadow side of Aries. Um, and this has to do with, because there was a lack of harmony and or a breakdown in communication within family or a household, and I'm picking up there was or is some sort of tension that has been rumbling within family members. Now, keep in mind, I want to say this could be because of the holidays or the stress that holidays can bring about. So it could be a temporary thing. We are right behind the major holiday of the Christmas season for those who celebrate. Um, so, if this current energy right now is this sort of family rumbling, um, the lesson here for you, the energy I'm picking up from the universe is to not get caught up in other people's concerns or relationship problems. You may have been dumped on, or family members or friends, whoever you consider your family, may be coming to you and trying to involve you in their issues. And the universe here is saying is, you can listen, but don't involve yourself or overly involve yourself, and don't take on their energy, because it's not about you. Yes, it can stall on your own self-retrospection, but if you keep balance and you're aware, you will get through this. And this transition with this difficulty of other people arguing or family members arguing is going to pass. It might be a little discomfort for you because you might be feeling that you're pulled in different places, but it will pass. And the universe here is saying to you, be objective. Don't take it personally. Don't take on other people's problems, and just meditate if you need to. Go back to a place of solitude or 5 minutes and sort of refocus and look at yourself, and just feel love and joy for those around you. And that's the best thing you can do, is give that energy of love and joy to them, and they may find their own happiness and peace and resolve it. But these energies, this negative energy that's coming around is not yours, and the universe is saying, please don't take it on. Um, it'll pass. In our third card here, Aries, we have our future energies, and this is our Six of Pentacles. Angel and Spirit guides, please help us understand why the Six of Pentacles here is in the future energy for our Aries during this time frame, please. Well, there's two energies here that's coming up here in this future here from any Aries, and so I'm not picking up. You could be experiencing both of the energies for some, and some could be experiencing one on, and other Aries are experiencing the others. But the energy, overall energy, is there's a give and take here. That's what I'm picking up. So I'll take it this way. If for those Aries that are feeling this energy, which is for some is about it, is it's about your being able to give to others. Your sharing, your generosity, your sharing. Pay it forward sort of behaviors. Someone may have asked you for a loan, and with the promise that they're going to pay you back when they're back on their feet. And many of you are going to probably loan it to this person. You're going to do it on trust and good faith. However, you're very knowledgeable and very realistic that when you give something away, it will come back to you, and that's the attitude. Now, keep in mind that this exchange is about a short-term fix and is not a sustainable solution for this individual who you are going to loan something to. So think about this as just a short-term financial support for a family member or a close friend, in a way that encourages them towards self-sufficiency. But the universe is saying is, again, you have to use your own free will, but the energy is saying that this loan that this energy loan is a good thing, and that you will benefit from it, and that the person that you're wanting to loan to will give back to you. We don't know when, of course, but they don't want you to loan out of fear of and out of pity or out of frustration or out of projecting the future that, oh, I'm never going to get it back. Let go of those energies. Give it out of your heart, and give it freely if that's what you choose to do, because you will reap the benefits if you give it without restriction and without any future negative thoughts about it or second guessing it. Just loan it if you can. It will come back to you in many ways. Now, on the other hand, The other energy for some Aries is that you may be on the receiving end of generosity. And someone, you may be in the need of some sort of assistance or a loan. And if you're on that end and this is presented to you, the universe is basically saying accept it with gratitude. Because this loan will help you get back on your feet, and eventually you will repay. And it could be from a family member, a friend, or a charitable organization, something like that. But it is, I'm picking up, it is sort of a loan, and it's going to help you. And so the universe is saying, take help where you can get it. However, the other side of that energy is you have to be aware of, if you are receiving some such a thing, it is also a short-term solution. And to remember, Aries, that don't take it for granted. I mean, you want this is a gift to help you get forward moving, and to use it in that way. And don't get lazy, or just go. Don't get lazy. Is the only energy, the word I'm picking up here is, don't take advantage of the situation. Basically, take it as a gift, and to help you to move forward. It will help you move forward, and you will feel good about it. But don't expect that, oh, it was so easy, I'll just do nothing and just keep receiving, because that's the wrong energy you want to go. That's something that you don't want to do. So those are the two energies. You might be giving to others, or others might be giving to you for needs. But the bottom line is to do both respectfully and with an open heart and with good intentions. That's in essence the message I'm getting here. But really, the Six of Pentacles in your future reading is about sharing your wealth or sharing abundance, whatever that is, with others. Whether it's your time or energy, but mostly you typically has to do with some sort of material thing. It's about, if you're able and you're in that position to offer financial assistance to others in need. Give generously as to your charitable organizations, whether it's through tithing or fundraising, or even if it's the good feelings associated with helping others, you're giving them your time. So you don't have to be financially wealthy. This is about just volunteering some time, some energy, some love, some support for those who are in need, knowing it will be appreciated. And that's the energy here. That is the give and take. Giving your time, your wisdom, your consult, your whatever it is, anything that you're able to give, it's just as important, and it's just as spiritually fulfilling as giving away material things such as money or gifts. The intangible gift of your presence is important, and remember that. That can be received just as well, if not even better sometimes. So there may be times when you're wondering if you can truly afford to give generously to others. And the wise advice of the Six of Pentacles here is for you to trust that every contribution that you make is going to be valued and will come back to you threefold. So trust your intuition and trust your heart in those situations. And it is about you making that decision. We don't want to give or receive out of guilt or out of obligation is really the message here. The Six of Pentacles, Aries, is about representing financial harmony overall, and the amount of that flowing in and out is about a balance, and that's, if you see, they're balancing the balls here, and that's your financial balance. So this is about being aware and being attuned to, and using good judgment and common sense. Seek consult if you need to figure it out. If you're going to give something, can you afford to give it? This is all about things that you're able to do that won't break you or break your bank. And again, the energy here is really coming through. Is sometimes it doesn't have to be financial or material, or it can be the intangible. Just giving your time, listening, can be a wonderful thing. So, be thankful for whatever you have, and just be happy. It's the overall energy of being happy that you can share with others who are in need. That's the energy, and that's the thing to focus on. In our fourth card here, in our challenges, we have the Queen of Pentacles, except the Queen of Pentacles is in reverse. Angel and Spirit Guides, please help us understand why the Queen of Pentacles is in reverse for our challenges during this time frame, please. Well, If the Queen of Pentacles was in the upright position, that's usually an energy that you're focused on nurturing and providing to others, or others that are close around you. However, when it's in the reversed, it usually means the energy is turned inward, and that what you're trying to do or are in need of doing, and that is for caring for yourself. And that could be looking at your own particular goals. Now, this does not imply that it's done in a selfish way at all. It just means that there is, and others don't even have to know it. It's just something that you know, that you're working on that self introspection, which continues here from our past influences. It could be, for the energy for many Aries, is how to create that financial independence, and you're looking at different ways to bring in a different sort of income, or change your job, or taking on a side job. It's about reassessing, can you support your lifestyle with your income, or do you need to adjust it? For some, you may be in a partnership or with a family, and so you want to be sure that you can sustain your own lifestyle currently and in the future. I think for many of us, COVID-19 and the employment and the income and the unsure wages was a big energy focus for many people around the world, and it makes sense that this is a time to sort of plan for your future. Reassessing what is a stability track, reassessing how you spend things. If you had a lot of money and you're just spending it without thought, this is a time to sort of think of, okay, maybe I need to be thankful for what I have. And it's kind of like the 2007, if for those who were around, housing crisis, when everyone was just buying bigger and bigger and bigger, and then when you're about to lose it, you sort of reassess, do I need a 10-bedroom house? Do I need all this stuff? So it's that kind of energy. It's just evaluating, not in a negative way, but just evaluating. It doesn't imply that you're going to do anything about it, but you're just challenging yourself of what are your priorities, and where do you invest your energy, in stuff or in other things of more importance. Aries, the Queen of Pentacles here in reverse, typically suggesting that you are wanting to nurture yourself on a more personal level. And this again can go back to that past energy that you were feeling here, which is about, do you want to eat better? Do you want to eat more nutritious meals? If you're eating fast food all the time, when taking it for lunch, are you wanting to take your own lunch? It's about really paying more attention to yourself and your own needs. And again, it's not in a selfish way. It's not that sort of energy. It's just caring for yourself. And because we also know, if you care for yourself, and you're aware of yourself, and if you're getting that sleep, and you're drinking the water, and you're eating well, and you're sort of creating that balance, and that's the energy I'm really sort of picking up here. You're wanting to find a balance within yourself, then you're more apt to be able to carry that on with other people. So it's just keeping that, if you're at a good peace of mind, then you're going to generate that peace of mind to others and those around you. And that's that balance that I'm picking up. So yeah, I'm just picking up that message for you, Aries, to understand that it's great to care for others, but you're understanding that it's important to care for yourself as well. So, and that could be in any aspect of your life. So, trust that the work that you're putting in for your family and those that are close to you or around you, they will survive without you for a period of time. Even if it doesn't mean you'll stop helping them, but if you have to take a little bit of a pause, and perhaps you don't feel like you have to jump whenever someone screams or hollers or demands. Patience is a virtue, and they will understand it. But if you just need that little bit of break, because you've been doing a lot for others, it's important that you do take that break for yourself. Whether it's an emotional break, or just a physical break, or just a re-energizing break. But it's okay to do it. The other energy I'm picking up here for the Queen of Pentacles is, typically when this shows up here as a challenge, is because some of you Aries are experiencing that challenge between work and life balance. So if you're putting too much energy and attention into one area of your life, it's going to have a detriment to the other area. And that's sort of the energy that you're balancing and sort of refocusing on right now. So if you're consumed with your job, and you're spending long hours at your office or committee, or some other external thing that you're involved in, that traveling back and forth, those extra calls or conference calls, or working on projects at home, it can all can you know take up all your time and your energy where you're focused on, and you get an uneven balance, and that could take from your rest to your family to just taking care of yourself. So or if there's a family drama going on, then perhaps you're not paying enough attention to your work or your other obligations. And this could be your friends as well. Sometimes we take advantage of our friends, where either we're dumping on them so much that we don't realize it, or we're withdrawing from them, and without having that balance. So again, it is about balance. This is about finding balance of everything you could do, and just reconnecting with a happy balance and reassessing it. So I'm picking up a little bit of energy. I'm not nothing specific, so this may not apply for all, but I want to point it out because it is sort of coming. It's there, and I'll just address it. The Queen of Pentacles here in reverse also, can point to an inner conflict that some Aries may be having. And again, I'm picking up, again, it has to do more with balancing work and life priorities. So, if you were trying to make it work, and forcing yourself to do it, there may just, there's a feeling that you're just not giving enough of your attention to either your work or home. So you're basically not gaining anything. And perhaps the feeling is just going through the motions. So understand that sometimes you just can't do everything, and you can't be everything to everybody. And this is the time that you have to make some choices about what your priorities are and where they truly lie. So, right now, during this sort of self-retrospection or self-assessment, this is a time to sort of make a new agreements, and write down, what's important. What can you let go? Even if it's not forever, but for right now. Is what you're involving yourself that important? What's the scheme of things that might be hurting you? Where can you give some time? And feeling good about letting go of that for right now. Someone else may be able to pick it up and be more than willing to pick it up, or you can share whatever it is that you're doing and don't feel like it's only you for right now. So it's about choices and setting your priorities. So in some cases, you might want to make new agreements with your partner, or if you share chores at home, or whatever it is, driving or whatever. It's about finding alternatives so that can free you up time, because they're out there. You just have to look for them. So don't overcommit yourself to one particular area. There are alternatives, and this is just saying, check out the alternatives, and you will feel better, and anything that can free you up for a little bit of time, even if it's for short term, will benefit you, and you will feel good about it. And so there's your challenge. What do you want to let go, and where are your priorities? And finally, in our fifth card, we have our outcomes for this time frame. Now we have the Eight of Cups, but the Eight of Cups is in reverse. Angel and Spirit Guides, please help us understand for our Aries why the Eight of Cups is in reverse during this time frame, please. Well, the energy I'm picking up has a lot to do with this challenging question here for many Aries. Typically, with the reverse Eight of Cups, this is about a primary question of, do I stay or do I go? Do I keep with this commitment, or do I let it go, or do I put it to the side? What are my priorities? So it is sort of tying in with your challenges right here. In some cases that could be a very extreme one. If you're in a situation that you feel is going nowhere, you may ask yourself, should you walk away from a disappointing situation? Or do you try one more time to make it better? Now, this could be a relationship issue, it could be a work issue, it could be a friend issue, but it's something that you've been putting energy in it, but you're not feeling you're getting anything back. And so that's that. Do I stay or do I go? Do I put in the energy continuously, or do I just let it go and feel it's a lost cause? So this is again about self-introspection and self-assessment. This is about checking in with your intuition to understand whether you should give the situation one more chance, or should you just release it and let it go. And the reverse Eight of Cups here is paired, you know, with the, if it was paired with the Hangman or Four of Swords, which we don't have right here on either side. If it was there, it would be a sign that you wish to try one more time. However, if this card was coupled with a more active card such as the Eight of Wands or a Chariot, which is not, that's good too. But if it was paired with those two cards on either side, it would have been more of a message to move on and pursue a different path. So since this card is not paired with any of these other cards, this is, to me, is the energy of just your own sort of self-evaluation and just sort of a self-check. Um, so to me, this is about listening to your heart right now, and 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 just breathing and relaxing and not overthinking it, but just put it out to the universe, um, what it is that you want, and what would be the next course of action. And it could be something not drastic, but just simple, because it will come to you. And whatever the answer is going to, the universe will provide you that answer. And you'll know it. You will know it, and you will feel good about it. Because when it comes down to it, only you, Aries, knows whether the situation is serving you, and if there's a hope for the future, so no matter what it is. So, my Aries, be mindful about what it is that you want, and then do check to see if this move is in alignment with your goals and your own personal dreams. Again, it's about getting to your authentic self, to where you feel good and it makes you feel good. At times, you know, Aries, the reverse Eight of Cups here can show you that you're drifting away from one place to the next, because um, you know, that self-check is one, perhaps you were never really satisfied with or in where you were, or staying in that one place. um, this sometimes is referred to, that old saying of the grass is greener on the other side. If this resonates with you, it's asking you in your self-evaluation and your self-introspection to ask yourself, you know, what makes you happy. How can you design your life in alignment with your deepest contentment. um, and again, it doesn't have to be a drastic situation. It's just questioning it, and it's okay to question it. So if you're worried that, ooh, why is this popping up in my head right now, it's good. It doesn't mean anything negative. It doesn't have to mean anything negative. It's just sometimes it could be evaluating and go, oh yeah, it's not so bad as it is, and I do enjoy it. You just need in some cases, a different frame of reference, or look at it from a different side, and your answers will come. However, if it is something that you do feel you need to change, then this is going to, the message that you'll know it. You trust your intuition is the energy I'm picking up. Um, and yeah, I can't. That's all they're really wanting me to say, is just trust your intuition, and it will work out. So there we have it. So Aries, there is your overall energy reading for January 1st through the 15th of 2021. We are finally here. This is a new beginning. Look at this new year as a new start, wherever you are, and however you're feeling, wherever you are in your life right now. So I hope this is helpful to you. I hope it resonates. And again, I want to thank you, Aries, for watching this video. If you would like to support my channel, I just reiterate that the YouTube algorithms depend on three things, what I call the big three, and that's clicking on I like the video, clicking and subscribe to my channel, and clicking on the notification buttons. And please feel free to leave a comment if you felt any part of this reading was applicable to you. And again, if it didn't resonate with you, or a part of it didn't resonate, it's totally okay. It just means that this reading wasn't meant for you at this time. So it's a collective general reading. You take what fits. So I thank you again for watching this channel. Happy New Year to you all, Aries, and I wish you the best, and go from there. We'll see you in the next 2 weeks at the end of January. Enjoy.